vehicles that
What can I
you
do for
must
you?
own in GTA 5.
You got a nice
Give me
fleet,
1 second
boss.
and I will pick up what you should own. Let me get to my garage. From a list to go into 20, and number 20 on this list is going to be a very awkward vehicle to own, and I know the reason why some people wouldn't want to own this, but you must own a scramjet. The scramjet is just one heck of a car. You must own a scramjet.
MMI.
Doesn't matter what it
I'll
is,
look
you just
into it.
must own a scramjet. Scramjets are one of the best things. They hop, they got missiles, they shoot guns, you can do anything. Bad thing about it is, and the reason why they're so unrated is because you can't use them in the heists and stuff like that. Now, I know there's glitches before. I've seen glitches before where you can use them, but it just ain't as good as just being able to do that. And some people that are like, low rank don't really enjoy it. And I understand that. But number 20 on this list is a scramjet. You must own a scramjet. I mean, it's a scramjet's one of the good cars. A good car. It's pretty fast, and it's you get the first time driving it. You better get used to driving it. You usually get used to driving it. It's a one of a kind car. It's basically awesome. It's a Mach 5 car basically. It's very rare, very unusual looking. It looks like an old Batmobile, but it's really a Mach 5 car, or Mach 10. Yeah, Mach 5. Um, but it's a pretty good car. But I mean, I don't know. You, it's kind of unrare. I mean, you usually don't see this kind of a vehicle in GTA 5. But that takes us to another car, the Vigilante. The Vigilante is one heck of a car. The Vigilante is, a one of a kind. I mean, it's a very good car. And I mean, it only takes one rocket, and it only shoots 20 rockets also, and it gets unlimited machine guns. But you know, mine's modded obviously, but I mean, it has turbo boost. I mean, what's better than turbo boost? I know everybody in single player, not single player, everybody in online lobbies likes to go up behind cars and do this right here. Like to shoot them at people and stuff like that. It's really fun. I mean, Vigilantes are a one of a kind car. I mean, they're very fun to own. But going into fun, that takes us to luxury. One vehicle you must own, you just must own this one, is the Patriot Stretch. The Patriot Stretch is a SUV. It's in the SUV class. It's a limo stretch. It's not as long as the limo, but as the regular limo, but it is actually a very good car. It's a very good vehicle to own. It's a very good car to own.
Okay.
Um, you know, Patriot stretches are just one good vehicle that you just must own, because I mean, who else wouldn't want luxury cruising in a limo? I mean, it's one of my favorite cars in GTA 5, and especially when you take it up like Mount Chiliad and stuff like that. It's actually pretty interesting to have. So yeah, you must own that. So this is number 17 on my list, the Patriot Stretch limo. So then bringing us to number 16 on my list is the Primo. This is a four door. This is a four-door lowrider, and it's a SUV type lowrider, I think. It is one. It is a very interesting car. It has hydraulics on it. It got all kinds of speakers in it, as you can see right there. Um, it's actually kind of fast when you have the wheels down. I mean, yeah, when you have it down. But it also does two wheels. If you turn real hard on the left turn, or right turn, it will drive on two wheels. But you have to get good at doing it, which I'm actually pretty decent at doing. But it ain't the best. But you know, it is actually a pretty good car. Then that brings us to number 15, the Panto, the manufacturer Panto. The only reason why this is number 15 on my list is because it's a really small car and you can drive it up a lot of stairs and stuff like that if you want to. But another reason why this is number 15 on my list is because it's modded. And I know some people will say, well, how am I supposed to get a modded Panto? Well, if you stay tuned to one of my other videos, I'll show you how this is a modded Panto. And not only is it a modded Panto, but you know, it's a very kind of fast car. It ain't the fastest car in the game, which it's far from being the fastest car in the game, but it's actually a very interesting, little car. It's based off a little electric car, which is they're pretty decent. I like them, but decent. They're not the best. They're decent. But this is a manufacturer Panto. Mine is obviously modded. You can tell. I'll show everybody how to get the modded Panto car soon, but everybody drop a comment down below if you want me to do a modded Panto video. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Now, taking us to number 14 is the APC tank. The APC tank is a amphibious tank that shoots missiles and it got cannons on it. Also, at least mine does. I know there's another thing you can get in the bunker also for it, but mine shoots cannons and it got rockets. This is a very amphibious vehicle. You can drive it in water, and it's actually pretty fast. You can actually put EMP bombs on the back of it. I think that's what it's called. The little bombs that drop out of the back. It ain't really fast, but it is pretty. It got a decent top speed, and it ain't bad. I mean, for an APC and for a vehicle really heavy, it ain't bad at all. It's a pretty good vehicle. But bringing us to number 14 is the Krieger. The Krieger is got a decent top speed and it got a decent accelerate. That's a very good top speed and it got a decent acceleration takeoff. It got some weird customizations like mine you can see in this right here. It got these weird like fins on the back, which it makes it really rare, and you can see my plates on there. But it's very different. It's very different, and it's an actual car, and it makes me pretty interested about it. Also, it's very good. And then bringing us to number 13 is the Stromberg, the Ocelot Stromberg. This is another amphibious vehicle, which is the second amphibious vehicle on here. It got a good top speed. It can drive underwater, not just on top, underwater, and it shoots rockets. And it got machine guns. And underwater, it's called torpedoes. This is based off the James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. It's a very interesting car. I've kind of figured out how a Rockstar, really come up with the idea to get this. But obviously, you go back to the movie, it's just like the car in the movie. And whenever you do the Bogdan problem, is they basically plan this out the same way they do in the movie, but it's a little different. Obviously, I mean, this is why this is number 13, because it's a pretty decent car speed, within speed and missiles and stuff like that. But it's a pretty good car, and I think it can take 3 missiles for sure. And it's not that expensive. At least to me, it's not. Now bringing us to number 12. That is going to be the Hellfire. The Hellfire is probably the #1 fastest muscle car in GTA 5 Online, and it's not that expensive. The Hellfire is really not expensive at all. It's only $745,000, and you spend about $300,000 if you're you're on a high enough level to get all the upgrades on it, and you got a decent top speed, and you got a really good acceleration, and it does wheelies. What's better than wheelies? And I mean, it's really hard to get shot if you put this bumper on there, especially whenever their bullets are coming up the side of up the front of the car when they aim it at you and they fire at the same time. It's very hard for them to hit you in this car, and it's kind of weird. I understand, but it's very hard for you to die in a fast car unless you don't got control of a vehicle. And for you not to have control of a vehicle, you might as well not even own it. Which some people like cars they can't control. Which brings me to another one, the Oppressor Mark II. Now once I get over there, I'll explain about the Oppressor Mark II. The Oppressor Mark I ain't even gonna put on this list, and I hope that you all don't hate me for saying this, but the Oppressor Mark II is not going to be on this list at all. It's not good. The Oppressor Mark I is the better bike out of all. The Oppressor Mark I is nothing like the Oppressor Mark II. I understand the Oppressor Mark II is a hovering bike, and it don't have wheels on it, which makes it very different. But this vehicle can fly. I can bring this over to my Galaxy Super God. I can do whatever I want to. Now you might be like, you might be saying, well, Braden, how come you can bring the Oppressor Mark I over there also? Well, you can bring it over there, but that takes a lot of talent to do. That's one thing that I don't want to do, is bother with that. And you see, the only thing I don't really like about it is it don't hover over the water, which I had to show everybody. I had to show everybody what I mean by that. It doesn't hover over the water like the Lux
Morse Mutual,
which is actually kind of
It
is actually kind of really annoying, because usually the vehicles that you get from Warstock that hover, like the Avenger and the Bombushka and stuff like that, they hover. Now this one don't. Either one of them don't. This one don't hover. If I hover right here, I'm going down. If you can see, I'm going down. It's not worth it at all. At all. But this right here, the Oppressor Mark I that you see in this video right now that I'm driving, is just straight up trash. If you see right there, I just died just trying to go up something. You have no control over this Oppressor at all. I highly encourage you not to buy the Oppressor Mark I, but if you are interested in bikes that go up in the air with wheels on them, then this might be for you. But it's just not good for me, and it's not good for some other players in GTA Online that don't know how to control vehicles that are out of control. Like if you can see, look, that's out of control. You just try to go up and then try to get out of something, then you have to hit the turbo. I mean, look, it just throws you out. It's not worth it at all. Who wants to do that? Nobody really wants to experience getting thrown off of bikes and stuff like that when it's not. It shouldn't even be in the game if they're going to do that. Which I know this was a part of a DLC, obviously, but still, who really wants to do this all day? They have to land on something to get boost and everything. Look, you don't even get boost until you come back down, which is very dumb, because I mean, who really wants to do that? Nobody wants to bother coming down and having to fight boost. I mean, nobody wants to do that. Nobody. It's just really boring. Now the next two vehicles on my list is airplanes, and that's going to be in the hangar. So in order to own these, you must own a hangar, but they ain't that expensive. They're like $1.2 million for one of them, and some of them could be expensiver. There are expensiver ones. Now you can sell good. They are expensive because you can make money out of these, which is like any other business. Now, number 12 on this list, I'm pretty sure it's number 12. I think we're at 12 or number 13 or 11. I think it might be 11. The B-11 Strike Force. The B-11 Strike Force is a really good airplane. It got missiles. It got lock-on missiles. All right, we're at 11. All right, thank you. We're at 11. Sorry, I'm not really keeping track. I'm just going down the line. It got missiles. humming missiles, which is what hums and locks onto. Um, this is what locks on. You got barrage or barge or whatever what it's called, bargade, and you can shoot 30 missiles at one time. I think that you can shoot 10 missiles at one time, and you just spam X or A. And then you also got explosive cannons like the Hydra in the laser jet. And then you also can drop bombs. Now this is an expensive airplane, and I know some people are going to be like, well, why buy this airplane if you can just use the airplanes out of the military base and everything. Well, this airplane is worth it, and the only thing that sucks about it ain't as fast as the other jets, which that is okay, because not always speed is not always is not always key. Well, not in every situation is speed key of everything, but in some situations it is. But bringing me to number 10 on this list is the Sea Breeze. Now, one of my all-time favorite vehicles in GTA 5 is the Sea Breeze. If you know me personally and you know me as friends on GTA on PS4 and PC, you know that I love flying the Sea Breeze. The Sea Breeze is an amphibious vehicle that will float on water. So it's basically like the Dodo seaplane. It will float on water. It got missiles. It does not have missiles. I said that wrong. It does not have missiles. It has machine guns, and it has the bomb. As you can see. One thing this thing does do, also though, like any other aircraft that they have added in the game, it does blow the smoke out the back. But one thing that is very rare to see and very hard to find in a GTA Online vehicle, it does something very awesome that I love, and this is probably my all-time favorite vehicle in GTA. You've seen what it just did. It went under the water and come back out. You'd be like, well, what's so big about that? Well, what other vehicle do you know that basically flies underwater? You see me. You see me too. You've seen it, right? Look, watch this. It flies underwater. Now, if you do it for so long, if you stay underwater for so long, it does eventually mess up. So if you stand there for like 5 seconds, it eventually does tear up. But that's why you just be like a pro like me and don't tear up. This is one of the best this is probably one of my all-time favorite vehicles in GTA 5. Is this. And not just because it flies underwater, it is probably the fastest one-wing airplane in the game. This thing will outdust an oppressor, a Tesseract. It will basically outrun anything you throw at it. Now the Pyro obviously does beat it, but it is one heck of an airplane, and it dodges missiles really easily. Now I ain't gonna say I don't get killed with it, but it is one hard airplane to hit if you know what you're doing, and especially if you put it on race handling. It's one airplane you really cannot take down unless you try hard enough. Now I'm bringing us to number 9 on this list is going to be the PR4 Formula 1 car. The new vehicle that is at the wheel as of February 26, 2020. As of today, you could get it. Now tomorrow it will be a different story. You will not be able to get it for a long amount of time because they'll be adding a new podium vehicle, which will probably be the other car, the other Formula 1 car, which is going to be expensive too. But this car right here will cost $3.5 million to actually pay for in GTA 5. $3.5 million to actually pay for in GTA 5. You heard me, folks. Let me say it one more time. $3.5 million for a Formula 1 car that you can win right now at the wheel. Not hard to do. If you all want to see a video of how to win the podium vehicle every time, make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you comment in the chat what do you'd like to see that in the comments below, please, and thank you. This car right here will cost $3.5 million, and it is right now available for free at the podium vehicle in the Diamond Casino. The thing about it is, it gets very fast. It's very fast. It's a very fast car, but not only is it fast, it actually handles really well. Like, look, it handles really well actually. Look, it's a very good handling car, and not just because I wreck doesn't mean it don't have good handling. Usually, vehicles I drive, I usually tend to wreck all the time, but this vehicle right here is one heck of a vehicle. I am very surprised Rockstar would add Formula 1 cars in this game, but unfortunately, things that you don't think would happen, people usually do. And I've heard for a long time they're going to add Formula 1 vehicles in the game. Like, I've heard they're going to add police officers and police stations where you can run your own police station in the game, which has never happened, but they're still talking about it. But, you know, it's just like basically rumors. That was one heck of a DLC they basically put out for the cars, for the car DLC. Okay, so number 8 on this list, I have to go with the Deluxo. The thing about the Deluxo is it's basically the GMC DeLorean. The DeLorean, best known from Back to the Future, is a time machine. And in GTA 5 and in Back to the Future, the car flies. This is a time machine. Well, in GTA 5, the car flies also. Well, you know, it has its ups and downs. It only has 20 rockets on it. It got a decent speed on the wheels, and it got a decent speed when it's hovering also. But there's a lot of negative things about it. Like to say this. When you're up in the air and you want to get out of the car, the wheels don't still hover. Now when you're in the air and then you're going a little bit, look, it's still hovering. So you want to go get a good snapshot? You want to go get a good snapshot of this car? You want to go get a good snapshot of this vehicle hovering beside somebody or something? It won't work. You know, it's very aggravating. Yes, it is very aggravating. But not always does it, you know, get on your nerves, but you know, that's just for certain reasons if you're that kind of person. Now, this car is quite expensive, but it is worth it. It's a flying car, but it is a one car that is really worth it. Now, number 7 on this list, you're probably going to think, well, how's that even a vehicle to be able to put on your list? Well, the Mobile Operations Center is one vehicle I've got to say I think is worth every penny. And I do think of that of a lot of vehicles, but number 7 on this list is very good. For number 7 is going to be the Mobile Operations Center, which has to be stored in your bunker. The Mobile Operations Center is quite expensive at first, but then you can change everything about it. You can change everything.
Swing that buddy
you can
around,
change.
huh?
It's just crazy. It's just very, very, very crazy. You can change it to have weapons on the back. You can change it from having. You can change the truck from the Phantom Custom to the Hauler Custom. You can change the bay from Command Center. You can change it from living quarters to Command Center. You can change it from having weapon shop to another living quarters to vehicle and weapon workshop, which takes up your bay 3 also. Then you can change it to, like I do, and have it to weapon workshop and personal vehicle storage. And you can change the interior color, which is very interesting also. But not all the time does everybody think it's this cool to have. But sometimes it is actually Very interesting to get. But for number 6 on this list, I have to go with the Avenger. Now, I know that in this video I ain't going to be inside the Avenger, but the Avenger is a helicopter that is basically an airplane also. It's a helicopter airplane slash, I don't know really what you would call it. The Avenger is a very, very good helicopter. Low-key, it is a very good helicopter. And I know I'm doing this in a live video, so it makes everything kind of different, but I want everybody to know what my list of cars from 20 to 1, the 20 best cars you must own. I want to make sure everybody knows what I think they are personally myself. But for number 6, I think it's the Avenger, which I actually wasn't going to have in the video, but I changed my mind, and I am going to show it in my video. The Avenger is this big old airplane right here that not only is an airplane, but it is a helicopter. So the Mammoth Avenger, which is a plane, it's what it's pronounced as, plane, is, like I'm about to show you, it's a helicopter slash airplane. Which I know most of y'all are probably thinking, well, how dumb are you? We all know what this is. Well, some people might not know what this is themselves. This is a big old airplane. A big old airplane slash helicopter. Now, another really thing, this Avenger has very, very good armor, and it got a lot of good guns. And a cool fact about it, it has autopilot. Which you're probably like, what are you going to do with autopilot? Well, let me just show you what you can do with autopilot. You can sit here and let your Avenger hover with all kinds of people on the ground, and walk in here in your hold, and then you can just do this right here. Say somebody's messing with you in chat or something, and they're on the ground. You can just go in here, get on one of these, and sit down.
What's up, Chief?
Get on one of these guns and just start taking everybody out. And then make everybody rage and leave the lobby. And it's a very, very strong airplane also, which I've heard if it has one wing on it, it will still fly, it will still hover in autopilot like normal, which I actually did try, and it actually does work. It don't even tilt, which is really good actually. But another thing you can do with the Avenger is you can actually leave the Avenger while it's up in the air, so it can hover and let you leave the Avenger. But one thing that sucks is you cannot actually get back in the Avenger. So you see, I just committed suicide, and then whenever I get back, my Avenger will still be setting right where I left it. My Avenger is still hovering right over there. So, yeah. The Avenger is pretty pricey, but you probably will earn all that money back when you go kill all of them players that you don't like and is bothering you, especially the modders. But for number 5 on this list, I have to go to my garage and get it. I have to go call my mechanic and get it.
What you need, boss? Some.
For number 5 on this list, and you might really be trying to figure out why this is number 5, the Naviskowski Outlaw. Now, Outlaw is a razor, in real life, a razor side by side, but in GTA it is a beast. This right here is not actually faster than the Vagrant in a drag race down an airstrip, but it does got a faster acceleration. this thing is four-wheel drive. It got a very good suspension setup, and it also has a very good damage rate. It can take a lot of damage, but it cannot. It can take a lot of damage, but it don't like taking a lot of hits with bullets. Not a lot, but it can take some. But you can't, because there ain't no windows in it at all and no bulletproof glass. You can, if you get shot a couple times, you're dead. But the good thing about it is, this thing right here got a good amount of speed, and it likes going off-road, and it likes climbing a lot of cars. So when it climbs cars, and it got a good, like, a push system. See, it likes climbing cars. You just see me flip over that car. It likes to climb cars, and it likes to do all kinds of stuff. One interesting thing about this is it likes to flip. It likes to do all kinds of flips and stuff. But whenever I tried to flip it one day, it did like 30 backflips, which I have to find the video clip and put it in here, or put it in my my funny fails playlist that I'm gonna create. They got all kinds of crazy stuff for this thing to do. It does all kinds of stuff. You take it off-roading, it's an off-road beast. It'll go up Mount Chiliad like nothing. Now, for number 4 on my list, I have to go back up to my garage and get it. Some of these vehicles are just straight up amazing, really amazing. But number 4, for some reason, this car I just love this car, is the Terrified Nero Custom. This is a Bugatti Chiron in real life. Is a Bugatti Chiron. This right here is number 4 on my list because of the looks. It got a lot of customizations and bennies. And it also is just really, you know, the looks. It just looks amazing. I mean, this car right here just looks straight amazing. And I know that it might just be, you know, a Bugatti Chiron, but, you know, this is a really nice, really nice vehicle in this game. Excuse me. Now, if we go up to the top floor, will be my final 3 vehicles for this video. Okay, so my third most vehicle that you must own in GTA 5 is definitely the M Morgan. This vehicle right here has amazing acceleration. This thing can go 0 to 60 in 1.24 seconds. This is a very fast car, and that is not even counting double clutching this car. This car is a very fast car. Especially with the acceleration is very fast is what I meant to say, excuse me. But the top speed is good, but it ain't the best. It's not, you cannot beat some cars can beat this, but one thing about it, this car will beat any car basically at takeoff. Not all, but basically, especially, it just depends who you are. But this car right here, the front of it is like a big old bull bar or a ram bar. This thing loves to hit stuff, and when it does, it likes to just do an automatic wheelie. It's really cool. Now for number 2 is going to be up here. I gotta find it. Number 2 is definitely going to be the Insurgent pickup. The Insurgent pickup is a very strong vehicle. It can take like 8 hits with a RPG. It's a very you know, good vehicle. If you buy it with If you buy it with Pegasus, you can put it in your garage with no problem. It won't bother you. It won't bother you, I think. I'm pretty sure it works that way. You can do that. I'm thinking you can. Um, it's a very strong vehicle. It can drop bullets. I mean, it can drop mines. It can do all kinds of stuff. Um, it's mostly it's mostly like a big old tank. It's just a very, amazing, vehicle that is, really, really interesting. Now, for my number one vehicle that you must own in GTA 5, it is definitely the Devasty 8. It's $1.7 million dollars, and it looks like a big jet car. But the thing about this car is it's very quick. It's not the fastest vehicle in the game, but it's a very quick car. Now, most people will notice me driving this vehicle around a lot because it has my modded paint jobs on it and modded wheels. Yes, I understand that, but it's not just because of the looks, and it's just because of how good the car is itself. The car gets a very good handling, like every vehicle I've said in this game, in my top 20 best cars you must own. Excuse me. This car has a very good handling, and it just looks so amazing. Like the door has butterfly doors and everything. It's so amazing, and it gets a very good, like acceleration and top speed. It ain't the best, but it is very good. And it looks like a big jet, and it actually sounds really realistic and really good. It sounds like, just listen for a second. Sounds amazing. This car right here is just one beast. Now, this is $1.7 million car you will have to purchase, but not only is it just $1.7 million, it is $1.7 million of funness and very speedy. This is a speedy car, and it got very good handling. If you just seen that, I just drifted about halfway down the block. And yes, I know it's really strong. If you didn't notice, I just hit a car and it went flying straight forward. And if you see, I'm just hitting these cars straight on, and it's just scratching the car and ain't even busting my lights. But it's a very good car, and in general, this car right here is, amazing. I mean, look, I just hit a wall full speed and didn't even bust my lights. I mean, look, let's try it again. Let's see if it does this time. Still didn't do it. It's a very strong vehicle with max armor. See, it finally busted one light. It's a very strong vehicle with max armor, and it's very, quick. I mean, you must own this vehicle in GTA as long as this vehicle is in this game. You must own it. We just hit 160 and then almost flew over a bridge. Now, how amazing is that? Now, everybody, I know this video is very long, but make sure you stay around and watch the whole video because it's a very good video. Make sure y'all help a boy out, and go subscribe and go like the video. I will be giving away modded accounts, and I will be giving away PSN cards, and on my Instagram channel will be the way you get any giveaways I give. You have to go to McKenziebraden. That is my Instagram. You have to follow me on there and message me and tell me what you come for. If you come for a modded account, tell me what you come for for what console. Tell me exactly what you did. If you come for a PS4 a modded account, tell me you come for a PS4 modded account. If you come for an Xbox card, it's an Xbox account. Xbox card. The more messages I get, the more chances of you're gonna win. But the more people I follow is the more better they're gonna win. If I follow you, you probably got a better chance of winning, but it's probably just gonna be a random giveaway every time, unless I'm on stream and I give away something on stream. Now, I know I only have probably 100 subscribers at the time you're watching this, but you might think I only have 100 subscribers, but I know I had 1.8 million subscribers, and now I know how to get subscribers. And one way to get subscribers is by doing giveaways. And if nobody wants to agree on that with me, I know exactly how to do it because I've already been through this process once, and I don't need nobody else to teach me how to do it again because I can do it again. And until I get up to 2,000 subscribers, I'm not going to edit no videos. It's just going to be straight up live. So, you know, if anybody has a problem with that, they can just say something in the comments, and then I'll talk to you in the comments. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I will talk to you privately about it. But until then, stay on your own channel and mind your own business. Y'all have a good day. Make sure y'all drop a thumbs up and make sure y'all subscribe. And if you all need anything in GTA, make sure you all drop whatever you need in the comments. And if you need modded cars, you need duplicated cars, you need money drops, or anything, if I can do it, I'll do it for you. But not all the time where you get whatever you get what you want. I'll try to help. I'll try to help you out, but I don't know 100% if I can do it every time. So y'all make sure you drop a like on this video, and y'all have a good day. Peace.